Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making this gorgeously creamy, soothing aloe aftershave cream. So this was a recipe request from Felipe, who was looking for a lightweight, easily absorbed thing that you can put on your face after shaving and it would sort of soothe and refresh. And so when we're thinking about aftershaves, there's usually a couple different qualities that we want. Soothing is good because shaving can irritate the skin. We want them to be sort of refreshing a lot of the time. Astringent is also often a desired characteristic. And then we can also include something sort of antibacterial. So that's often like a lot of alcohol. So if you kind of remember from Home Alone, they're like, that. I dropped that. There's no in this particular DIY. For soothing ingredients, we've got some panthenol and some aloe vera, and then also some witch hazel, which in addition to being sort of anti-inflammatory, is also an excellent astringent ingredient. And it also helps contribute to that sort of fresh feel, which we've also ramped up with the inclusion of some peppermint essential oil, which contains menthol, which is responsible for that like minty, sort of, nose clearing that you're probably familiar with. Now, in order to keep this nice and light, something that would absorb quickly into the skin, it is a lotion rather than sort of a solid balm. So it is emulsified. So we have a heated oil phase and a heated water phase. We'll heat them separately, combine them, and then blend away, let it cool to room temperature, and add our cool down ingredients. So just a reminder, if you don't have any of the ingredients, if you're wondering about substitution, scaling, shelf life, you just want to see all of this written down, please go down to the description box and click through to the blog where you'll find everything written out. I've linked to all the ingredients so you can purchase them online. I've written out all of the instructions. There's a big list of substitutions at the end to sort of help get you out the door with hopefully what you've already got in your pantry. But yeah, let's go get started. We're going to begin by combining all of the ingredients for our heated water phase in a small beaker. So in this beaker, I already have 16.9 grams of distilled water, and to that I'm going to add 1 gram of sodium lactate, 1 gram of vegetable glycerine, 10 grams of aloe vera juice, 7.5 grams of witch hazel, 1 gram of panthenol or vitamin B5, and half a gram of colloidal oats. For our oil phase, we'll need 2.5 grams of Polawax, 2 grams of cetearyl alcohol, 3.5 grams of safflower oil, and 3.5 grams of apricot kernel oil. Now that we have our two heated phases ready to be heated, we're going to grab our water bath. So this is a wide flat bottom saucepan that has about 1 inch or 3 centimeters of water in the bottom of it. And I'm going to pop each part into it. I think I'll leave this spatula here since it is very likely to tip over. Pop both parts in here, and I'm going to go put this on the stovetop over medium heat for about half an hour to melt everything through and get everything nice and hot. Alright, so it's been about half an hour, so we can remove our heated parts from our water bath, and we can set our water bath aside. We're done with it. So something I neglected to do before heating things up was check the weight of our water phase so we could adjust it, but fortunately I have a second identical beaker, so I'm going to pop that on the scale, tear the scale, and then put this here, and I know that that should weigh 37.94 grams. So I have a little beaker here of very hot distilled water, and we'll just top that up. Perfect. Give that a little stir here, and then we're going to add it to our oil phase. Got a quick stir to kick things off, and then we're going to blend it up with this awesome little mini mixer from Lotion Crafter. Alright, I'm going to leave this to cool for about 10 minutes and then we'll come back and blend it some more. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. You can see this is kind of separating a little bit, so it definitely needs another good blend in here. Alright, I'm going to leave that to cool for another 10 minutes and come back and check on it. Okay, well it's probably been closer to 20 minutes because I ended up getting a phone call in there while I was waiting, but you can see that this is gorgeous. I can feel that it has come down to room temperature, so we can add our cool down ingredients. So our cool down ingredients are pretty simple. We'll be adding some vitamin E, some peppermint essential oil, and our liquid germall plus, which is our broad spectrum preservative. Now, because we're adding these things in really tiny amounts, we're going to need to use quite a precise scale. Unfortunately, this precise scale tops out at 200 grams. So if I put this on there, it would max out the weight of the scale and could potentially damage it. So instead, I'm going to grab a little beaker here that's nice and light. We're going to add a couple scoops of our product. I'm going to tare the scale, and then we'll add our additives to that. So I'm going to need 0.05 of vitamin E, 0.5 grams of peppermint essential oil, and 0.25 grams of liquid germall plus. And now we're ready to package it up. So I've got a little 2-ounce jar here from Windy Point. I want to decorate this with a bit of washi tape. So I have a pretty roll here. This is from the Muji store, I believe. And there you go. You just made a gorgeous, creamy aftershave balm. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and do remember to go down to the description box below and click through to find this recipe on my blog, where you'll find everything written out, all the amounts written out, all the ingredients linked to places that you can buy them. It's a very, very useful place to be. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.